What is going on, everybody? We're back for another week. We got Jessica back with us this time.
Hi.
Seems like it's a lot of time goes by since you're with us. How you feeling?
Pretty good. Feeling pretty good. My wound hurts, but it's in an awkward spot, and they say that I have neuropathy, like in that area, because my skin is so thin, so it just causes a little bit of pain. But
Other than that, you're good?
other than that, I'm good.
Good deal. So today, Jessica actually wanted to talk about Alcatraz and the three escapees that escaped in 1962. We recently watched a YouTube video that was titled that they found them in January of 2025.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't hear anything on the news about it, so we went ahead and watched it, and it was interesting. Very false. But let's talk about it.
Okay.
So that means I need to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So in this YouTube little documentary thing, they claimed that they found them. They were lying down in the San Francisco Bay Area, and they came across this airtight shipping container.
Mm-hmm.
And when they brought this shipping container to the surface, they opened it up, and there was the three preserved bodies with handwritten letters and all kinds of stuff, perfectly preserved. And there's a lot of holes in that story. For one, a shipping container that's airtight is not going to sink to the bottom. It just won't.
Well, and how'd they get it?
That's another thing. It's like how they get it.
Somebody just put that there for them?
How do they lock themselves in it?
And they were supposedly going to get in it and then wait out, like, the search. So when the search was over, then they were going to come out.
But apparently they couldn't get out. It was clickbait. We fell for it.
But then it got us talking to, well, what happened to them? Like, do you think that they drowned? Or do you think they made it? And, I mean...
Well, there's that theory that they live in South America.
Mm-hmm.
And supposedly the brothers that escaped, I wrote notes today, so my brain can remember. Frank Morris, John and Clarence England.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly they all went down to South America, and they work on a farm or own a farm. And the brother's mother got flowers, anonymous flowers every Mother's Day and birthday. There is some photos of people that claim that the brothers are down in South America. I guess the photos that we saw kind of look like them, but kind of.
I mean, I kind of like the idea to think that they did escape.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that sounds kind of, but...
I mean, you shouldn't root for the escapees, but this is such a huge thing.
Yeah.
And such a legend.
That they say that nobody would survive, and...
Yeah, so, I mean, I kind of hope that they did, too. It's kind of like the D.B. Cooper. I like to think that D.B. Cooper is somewhere out there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he may be dead now, just like these guys, but at least made it somewhere. That is funny when you think about it that way. Like we're rooting for them to be like doing really good.
Just out here being a farmer. But if they are being farmers, at least they're not breaking the law like some of these other dummies that get off of, doing a crime and then go do another crime. So
some people do learn from their mistakes. Some people do. Some don't. But
and also, like, Alcatraz was harsh. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, even criminals need...
Some.
You know?
Some. You got people like the BTK killer that doesn't deserve a damn thing.
Oh, yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I mean, that's true, but
people also said the same thing about the West Memphis Three, you know. And I feel the West Memphis Three is innocent. I'm just throwing that out there. I've been following that case for so many damn years. But if it's a read like the BTK, that there's no doubt he confessed to it, he should have it hard. He should have it harder than anybody else. They should take cases like that, reopen Alcatraz, and put cases like that out there.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I like to think that they escaped too. But the probability of them, probably not. I think they belong to the ocean now.
Well, I feel like they would have found evidence, though. Some kind of evidence. I mean, because isn't that where they put Lacey Peterson, in that area? And they at least found some evidence of her, you know. I mean, it was just a torso, but... And then they found the baby. So I feel like 3 guys going in there.
They would have found
something.
Something, yeah.
Like clothes or something.
It could be. I mean, they could have made it and just disappeared completely. And if they did it smart. Just fly under the radar forever.
And not even go see their family or anything.
So,
just send mommy flowers for Mother's Day.
That would be tough. Because most people that escape usually...
would go see their family.
Go to their family. Or all these idiots, dudes that are, I'm going to go see my girlfriend. It's like, no, you need to cut ties with everybody. But can 3 guys actually pull that off?
I mean, they were pretty smart.
Because somebody usually squeals.
Like, their heads like out of soap.
It's like soap and paper.
To make it look like they were still there.
Yeah, it was a well thought out escape. A very well thought out escape. From an unescapable prison.
Yeah. So.
They did, on that documentary we saw on YouTube, they mentioned that one of the brothers had died. Or there was only one guy that's still living.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it was...
Well, and we don't know if that's really true or not. They said that one guy was dying and he sent letters. Or he sent a letter to the police, right?
Yes. I did read something. I don't have my phone to fact check it. But it was something about a letter in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember. I should have wrote it down.
You should have. Maybe we'll come back to it.
But so here's the thing. So the FBI closed the case and said that they're dead.
Yeah.
But the U.S. Marshals, it's still an unsolved case. It's still technically a cold case open. So like, I wonder which one. Like if they resurface now after they've been deemed dead, do they get arrested and go back to prison? Or I wonder how that works.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because once they classify you as dead and then you come back,
can they still charge you?
Can they still charge you? And is there a statute of limitations on this? Because this was 1962. It's 2025. Yeah. If they're still alive.
Yeah.
Is there a statute of limitations? Or if they find out, like, okay, these are the guys. This is the guy down in South America. Would they extradite him back to the U.S.? Or is he just like, we can't go down there? I don't know. There's a lot of questions about it.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Do you think there's alive and made it, or do you think they drowned and died in the bay? What do you honestly feel?
I think they made it.
You think they made it?
Yes.
I'm torn. I think they died, but a part of me hopes that they made it.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. Alcatraz is a pretty fascinating place. We have not been there yet.
Mm-mm.
I stress yet.
Well, they said that it's starting to really fall apart.
Oh, I imagine it is. It's the upkeep on it's too expensive, and the sea air, and I imagine all kinds of stuff plays. I do have a piece of Alcatraz in my room here. I'm not going to say how I got it. It wasn't from me. It was gifted to me. But yeah, we need to go there soon.
Yeah, and they need to solve all these mysteries. You know?
Well, like you said, they were smart.
Yeah.
They were, even if they died in the bay, they were still several steps ahead of the correction officers. You know, making the hats, the heads,
yeah,
was pretty genius.
So you think like what, they didn't get notice that they were gone until the morning?
Yeah, give them.
So they had
they had ample time to plan everything out. But when you have a group of people that does something like that, somebody normally would squeal. You know, you would think.
You would think, but
I don't know.
I mean, if the conditions were that bad there, maybe they're like, oh, I don't want to go back. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I can see that.
They made a pact, we don't tell. And that's why they send Mama flowers.
That they were living the high life. If they made it, I bet they had a good life. Yeah. I like to think D.B. Cooper made it too.
Yeah.
With all that money.
We need the answer to all these mysteries.
All these missing people. What's the other one? Goodness, the female pilot.
Amelia Earhart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, where is she? Where did she go?
Yeah.
She just
what happened?
Vanished. And I've seen videos on YouTube that also saying that they've located her plane, located her, but I haven't even watched it because it's clickbait. Stuff like that would be in the news all over. If they found these 3 guys, it would be a huge, huge story.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And that YouTube, man, I got an eyelash in my eye. Pardon me. It's really, damn. They said in that video that the FBI and they found the bodies in that container down there, but they quietly, told the FBI or whatnot, kept it under wraps under the table.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking it's like something that big.
That would be big news.
That would be, and they wouldn't be able to hold that back, especially the person that discovered it is going to want that notoriety of it. So YouTube got us on that clickbait. But it did strike up a conversation with us on, did they get away? Did they die? What it may be.
They get eaten by a shark.
Could have. But to that point, like, the shark's not going to eat all 3 of them.
Yeah.
And usually shark bites are, you get bit, the shark doesn't like eating flesh, you know. So, I mean, maybe just one of them or 2 of them or something got away.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the brothers that got away and they are down in South America.
Life's mysteries.
I don't know. I like to think that they made it, but I don't think they did. That water's cold. And they weren't really that equipped for it. Because you think if you're going to escape, you can't carry a bunch of stuff.
Well, like, what month did they escape? Like, is the water always that temperature, or?
It was June of 1962, if my memory serves me right. But you've been in the Pacific.
Oh, yeah, it's freezing.
And even in July and August, in the hottest months, it's still cold. It's not like the Gulf of Mexico where it's warm and feels good. So, and then it being further northern California or further north than where we've been, it's a little colder there, you know. That's like Oregon. You know, have you noticed every time we watch a video on the Goonies, somebody traveling to Astoria, you never see anybody playing in the water.
Oh, no.
Ever. Like, they're walking the beach, but you never see them playing in the water there. And but I do know in the San Francisco area that people do surf up there, because I've seen videos. And Kirk Hammett from Metallica surfed there. Same with Rob. So I guess the water would be manageable, but I don't know. If anybody's from the Bay Area, how's the water in June?
Mm-hmm.
Is it actually swimmable, or is it as cold as what they say? 'Cause I'm pretty sure I read it was in June.
And what do you think? Did they survive or not?
Let's take a poll. I think they died.
I think they survived.
I like to think they survived.
And the fight continues.
And the fight continues. It's always opposite with us. I don't know. I like that case, but I like the case of D.B. Cooper better. Because I think that the chances of the Alcatraz Three surviving is a lot greater than D.B. Cooper jumping out of an airplane, a jet. You know?
Yeah.
But I like to think he survived too.
I'm sure he did.
I bet he ran out of money though.
How old would he be?
Oh my goodness, I don't even know. I'm using my phone to record this, so I can't. You got your phone on you?
No.
Let's see, we're unprepared. I don't know how old he would be.
We'll talk about that next time.
D.B. Cooper?
Mm-hmm.
I like that one.
Okay. Then maybe the Billy the Kid guy. What was his name? Brushy Bill?
Brushy Bill Roberts. My goodness, that's one that, yeah. I love the Billy the Kid story. We've been to the Billy Kid sites down in New Mexico.
We even went to Brushy Bill's grave.
We did. Down in Hico, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
We went there because he claims he's Billy the Kid. And I'm not claiming I'm a historian on this, but I know enough about it. I know a lot about it. To where if that really was Billy the Kid, I have to say that I've been to his grave one way or another. But boy, that could be a big ass vlog on Billy the Kid. I know too much stuff. We did a couple years ago. We went to New Mexico. We toured through New Mexico.
We went to all the sites.
We started out, and let's just talk about that vacation for a minute. It was a great vacation. We started out going to Hico, Texas, which is not too far from Dallas. And then we went to the museum there, which there wasn't a whole lot on Brushy Bill in there. It was a kind of a mixture of things. Then we went to Roswell. Oh no, we went to Lubbock. We stayed the night in Lubbock, Texas, which we went to Buddy Holly's grave there. And then Lubbock, Texas, it wasn't. I think it was pretty boring, kind of like Amarillo to me. But anyways, we went to Roswell, and then we shot down to Las Cruces to see Pat Garrett's grave. We went to where he was killed, which was an adventure. It was it's a side road that you have to cut.
He took my car in places it shouldn't be.
It really shouldn't have been. I drove your car as far as I could, which was further than I should have driven it. And then Carson and I got out and walked the rest of the way, and I found it maybe a quarter mile down this. It was real hilly, rough terrain, very rough terrain. In our reality, it should have been like an ATV taken down there, or just walked. And then it got sketchy getting that thing out of there because I had to go in reverse. And then we finally found a little clearing to turn around. So I had to kind of like forklift this thing to turn around. And we got out of there. I was nervous. So I'm thinking like we're gonna have to call.
But he was playing it off like, oh, we're fine, Jess. It's fine. And then afterwards he was like, I was a little nervous.
We got out of that situation, and then we went to the gas station. For one, I wanted to check my tires, and then of course the fuel up. And I told her, I was just like, I was pretty nervous. And he said, when you sit there and say, oh, everything's fine, I know it's really not fine. I'm trying to reassure them, her and Carson, like, we're fine, we're gonna be okay. But like inside, I'm just like, we're going to bust a tire out here. We're going to get stuck. We're going to have to call a tow truck. We're going to probably get a fine for being out there, which I don't. So that road that we went on was actually a real road, but it's just overgrown. So now it's just like a utility road, if that makes sense. But that was the exact path that Pat Garrett took to get to that point where he was shot and killed.
Mm-hmm.
But it was worth it. It was worth it. We did find out after the fact that we could have gone on the other side of this road where the school is, park in the back of the school and walk about a half a mile to it. But school, if I'm not mistaken, I think school was in session, wasn't it?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Yeah, it had to.
I don't remember anyone being in the parking lot.
Maybe not. But either way, it was a great adventure. But we went all through Santa Fe, we went to Taos, we went to La Rosa. What's the name of that in the mountains that we stayed at? Riordan, or I can't pronounce it. Went to Lincoln, Fort Sumter, which we've been at Fort Sumter several times.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Too many times.
Too many times. So yeah, Billy the Kid, we'd have to do.
Yeah, a Brushy Bill.
And with Brushy Bill. That may be a long vlog. I'm more excited about doing that. The podcast guys the other day brought up about doing one of them. It was like, I'm surprised you haven't done one on West Memphis 3 yet. But that would be a long ass one too. If you're not familiar with the West Memphis 3, look it up. Just type in West Memphis 3, the whole case. Everything you need to know is going to come up. It's actually a fascinating case, and it's still a case that is going on to this very day. These 3 men were not exonerated. They were released on the Alford plea. Mm-hmm. They had to plead guilty while maintaining their innocence. They've been out over a decade now, but they're still trying to clear their name because they didn't do it. And there's some people that still argue that they're guilty. But like I told Jessica, like if they were guilty and they say they did commit these crimes, why would they still try to clear their name? They're out of prison.
Yeah.
You know, they can't go back. They can't be recharged for it. They're free. So if they were guilty, then why would you try to bring it up to prove, that they're guilty? Mm-hmm. So that's why I think that they are innocent, because they're still, after 10 years of being released, trying to. And I got to meet Damon Eccles once. That was awesome. It was just a quick book signing. Got to shake his hand, talk to him for a few seconds, but it was pretty neat.
Mm-hmm. So.
That's it. She doesn't like the long vlogs like us other guys do. You ready to cash out, aren't you?
Well, I want to know what everyone else thinks.
So leave your comment.
About Alcatraz.
Do you think Frank Morris and John and Clarence England survived and made it? Or do you think they perished in the bay? Yep.
They survived.
So next vlog that Jessica and I do, we'll go over the comments.
Yeah.
And let everybody know what other people had said.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's a good idea.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Cool, yeah.
Awesome. You guys have a great week. Be nice to each other. Look at positive in life. No matter what kind of bullshit's happening, just look at positive. If she can do it fighting the crap that she's fighting, then we all can do it. Right?
Yep.
High five.
Have a good week.
See you later.